It's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So a lot of people asked about how the Super 17 is on the new Android category setup. So we're going to go ahead and test it out on the video here. You're going to see two variations of this. One being the super physical type Android 17 category lead for the 170% for HP and attack. Meanwhile, defense is 130%. And then on the Android 21 EE setup with the 150% flat boost for HP attack and defense, just to kind of see two different ways of how Super 17 is on the Android's category. So what you'll pretty much see, the difference between the, bringing the two leaders and how he ends up performing. So hopefully this will clarify things a little bit, and those that were wondering how Super 17 is on the Android's category, maybe this will give you an idea. So obviously Android or Super 17 does have the power creep, I guess you could call it, which is basically for every time he's attacked, his attack will increase by 30% up to 120%. And he's also got the ability to reduce damage taken by 40%. So imagine with the super physical Android 17 within the rotation, where he does provide 60% for defense for all allies. On top of that, Super 17 gets a 40% damage reduction. So you're looking at a substantial amount of defensive abilities with that guy. And obviously he can take more hits, so definitely going to help out in terms of getting his damage potential up there. Meanwhile, on the Android 21 setup, he's not going to get quite a bit of boost in terms of attack, but the overall balance is going to be better since it's 150% across the board. So, the fact that this guy will be able to defend pretty well, and then on top of that, both versions of Android 21, the strength version, also the free-to-play intelligence version, they do have the ability to recover HP as part of the super attack. So you're looking at a very I wouldn't say defensive oriented, but the ability to defend and keep the HP levels high. It could actually be a problem of activating big bad bosses for Android 21, just because if you have both the strength version and the intelligence version in the same rotation, they're going to be recovering a lot in HP. So that's one of the tricky things with that, but I guess it's a good problem to have for those that are running the that team setup. So for this setup, you do see the Strength Perfect Cell on here. He's included because that cell unit does have Fierce Battle and Nightmare, which he does share with Super 17. Now the Extreme Z Awakened Perfect Cell, probably going to do another video for that at some point. I know people are probably curious about how he does on the Androids team, but we'll get there when we get there, I guess. So you do see Super 17 linked up a lot with the future Android 17 unit, just because they do share quite a bit of link skills. The other thing about the intelligence free-to-play Android 21 unit is she's got a pretty good passive where she does increase attack and defense by 30% for the Android category unit. So definitely beneficial to have her on that team, and she can actually hit pretty decent too. So whatever you do on the potential system, definitely focus on additional attack, because she does have the ability to also recover HP. So obviously the more times he gets hit, the better his damage output will be. And with the critical with type advantage, 2.5 million there against the Gotenks unit. And might as well check out how the cell unit does on this setup with the type advantage. Yeah, that's pretty good amount. Not too bad. It is pretty crazy when you do have both of the Android 17s on the same rotation. I mean, you're looking at a hell of a defensive boost for everyone. Overall, it's not really, the links aren't bad at all for Super 17. I mean, obviously they're all Androids, so they do share quite a bit of link skills together. And, you know, he does fine. So now this is switched over to the double lead Android 21 category lead for 150% on all sides. Just to see, you know, what kind of difference it does make with having this chick as the leader. So obviously his super attack potential is still pretty low because he's got to get attacked in order to you know, fully maximize that 120%. Which, in all honesty, isn't too bad because he does increase his attack by 30% for every attack received. So essentially, you're looking at just being attacked 4 times, and he'll be right up there at that 120% maximum boost. And for this setup, if you're running the well, either or, it doesn't really matter, but you know, if you're running the Androids category team, you know, the best linking partner for this guy would be the Trenchcoat 17 because, you know, they do share a lot of link skills together, and probably going to be able to maximize his potential there. But again, key links aren't really an issue, so you could really bring in you know, most of the units as long as they share Nightmare and Fierce Battle. I don't really see you having any problems in terms of, you know, getting a decent output. Again, this guy does have the creep method for the damage output, so the more times he gets attacked, the better it is. And I mean, he does link up Super 17 and the LR Androids. The link up decent, I guess, together. I mean, it's not the best combination, but you know, if you're lacking certain units, obviously this is a free-to-play LR, so you know the chances of people having this unit is probably far greater than some of the summonable units. So in that sense, I mean, they do fine. The good thing about the Trenchcoat 17 is he does also provide as part of the passive a 25% boost to attack. So, you know, in addition to the link skills, 25% increase to passive from the passive is actually going to be pretty beneficial too. And again, the free-to-play Android 21 unit is a very good support unit for this category. So, you know, while the event's running, I would definitely recommend to at least, you know, get this unit to, you know, max SA and go ahead and unlock the dupe paths for whether you want to go 100% on her or not. I mean, that's ultimately your decision, but you still want to have that option on there because, you know, who knows when the events will come back around. So, you know, even if you don't plan on getting her to rainbow status, I mean, it's always a good idea to just go ahead and unlock all 4 of the dupe paths, just in case you decide to, you know, do that later on. And for the record, the best linking partner for the LR Androids is going to be the Agility Android 18 feature version. just because she has the ability to convert the orbs into agility types. So that's going to make it a little bit easier for the LR androids to be able to get the ultra attacks. So in addition to that, they do share a decent amount of link skills. So in terms of the LR versions of the androids, yeah, definitely the agility 18 units, the best partner for that.